Yeah, I mean, couldn't ask for much more, really. It's been a goal of mine for my whole life, ever since I started playing rugby as a young kid, to, for one, make a Wallaby squad. Work begins now, but yeah, very thrilled.
Have the boys, do they all chip in and get you a cake or something?
Not yet. I'll be expecting something a bit later though.
And how special was the moment when you can't explain how you found out you were in Joe Schmidt's first Wallaby squad?
Yeah, well, we caught word that we were going to get an email on Friday at some point, so I was sticking out. I had a pretty nervous morning, to be honest. I wasn't too sure how it was going to go, and then I was actually on the phone to my mum, and an email popped through, so conversation paused, and yeah, we're delighted to announce, and I was pretty thrilled. Yeah, it was a good feeling.
Emotional? Like, did you get emotional? Did your mum get emotional?
Yeah, mum was very happy, to say the least. So yeah, it was a great feeling for me. Obviously, worked pretty hard this year, and to get that reward was awesome.
You mentioned last week that Dad's pretty hands off with you and Bella around rugby stuff, but has he been in your ear more after this news? Must have been young with him.
Yeah, well, when he found out the news, him and Noddy, Tom's dad, were actually on the blower together. So they were all pretty fired up. So yeah, he's been pretty excited for me this week. So yeah, it's keen for me to get into it.
Can you, what were your first interactions together, you and your dad? Like, you were talking to your mum at the time, but was she with her, or how did you
No, Dad was at work, so sent him a text, and then he was like, "Mate, give me a call when you can." So gave him a call, and yeah, it was a pretty nice conversation.
I suppose he's always had that over you. You haven't put on the jersey yet, but do you feel like you're a little bit closer to being able to sledge him a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, growing up, it was the coolest thing ever having Dad played for the Wallabies. So yeah, I've always strived to get there. I mean, it hasn't happened, so my foot's in the door. So now it's business time. We got to train hard, and try and get myself a jersey.
Yeah, maybe for both of you, do you feel like in the past, because your dad's played for the Wallabies, like you almost live in the shadow, like your name's in the shadow? Do you feel like by being able to perhaps get this much closer that you can carve out your own careers and your own names?
Yeah. I mean, in one aspect, you are in the shadow, but it's so nice to be tied to blokes that have played for the Wallabies. Yeah, it's been, as I said, it's been my life goal to sort of put on the jersey and get the opportunity to represent my country. So yeah, it does. It is good to sort of step out and be my own sort of player, but yeah, just so over the moon.
Tom, yourself and your feeling about it?
Yeah, obviously it's a pretty good feeling being involved in the Wallaby setup. But in terms of being in my dad's shadow, it's sort of always been there, even since I was a kid. Never really affected me or anything, and I've always tried to create my own path, and I'm fortunate that I've got a dad of who he is, and that's special to me. But yeah, just always try to create my own path and try and be myself.
Double delight and re-signing as well. Can you talk us through the decision about to extend well in advance?
Yeah, well, I signed it a few weeks ago. It was a pretty easy decision for me in the end. Coaching staff at the Reds have been unbelievable this year, and I'm sure all the boys at the Reds can agree with that. Become a lot smarter of a player, become a lot better. Feel like I'm moving forward pretty well, and I'm pretty keen to see where this team can go over the next couple of years. And other boys like Nasser, Fluky, Smithy, all re-signing, just made it even easier too.
Your brother's put on the Italian jersey. He's probably got the best win rate ever, I'd say, for an Italian player. But I think the Italian coach was kind of keen to move over another liner. Was there any consideration? Did they try to get into your ear as well?
Look, there was a little bit of contact, but Australia's always been my, not first choice, but it's always been a dream of mine to represent Australia, and I'm here at the moment, so it's it sort of makes sense to stay here and try and continue with that dream.
Have you had a chance to chat to Louis about it, or has he reached out?
Yeah, he's been trying to convince me to come over. Yeah, he's non-stop every single day. But look, I'm pretty settled here, and I'm very happy where I am at the moment.
Josh, so the injuries, like it's been a pretty big few years. Like it's shown age, us through back-to-back injuries would have been really typical.
Mhm.
Testament to your character that you're here now. Did you ever think that it just wasn't going to come?
Yeah, definitely. There were moments there. I had a pretty nasty injury, sort of a couple of years ago now. It was tough to come back from. There was points last year. I didn't play much footy, but yeah, there were points where I thought, is this ever going to sort of come good? And I mean, thankfully to the medical staff of the Reds, it did, and played all 15 games this year. So that was a big goal of mine at the start of the year, to look after my body. And yeah, I think I'm still standing here now, so we're feeling pretty good.
Are you talking about the knee there in that one?
It's that ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the influence of guys like Zane Hilton and the coaching staff? How pivotal do you think they've been getting you here, like to have two Reds hookers, just
Mhm.
testing what's happening at Bellingham?
Mate, we've said it in most of our media ops. The new coaching staff that have come in, they've just brought another level of detail to all of our games. I always give credit to Thorny. He sort of brought us through the ranks and really laid down some good foundations for us. But then blokes like Kissy, Chalk, Fish, and Brad have come in and added that next level of detail that we felt we've gotten some pretty good growth this year.
Has there been any, you've only just come in and I saw a few guys pulling in the bags. Have you had any team meetings yet, or has there been any kind of conversations with Joe?
Nah, nothing yet.
Nothing.
What are you expecting over the next few days? It's it's a young, inexperienced squad, and Wallabies have kind of, the brand has been through the ring over the last few years. How much do you guys feel like you've got to, dig your shade out of a bit of a grave at the moment?
Like everyone wants to see the Wallabies doing well. I think Joe Schmidt and his support staff they're the best in the business. They'll be the ones to provide us with that detail. I mean, we've got a test match in a couple of weeks' time, so I think this week will be very detail heavy. We'll get some good work done, and then do everything we can to get some results for Australia.
And when Wales beat Australia last year, 40 points to 6, where were you guys? Were you there watching? Were you at home?
I was at home. Yeah.
I was there watching at home. Yeah.
Like, how did it make you feel, kind of seeing like it unfold?
Oh, it's a tough watch, but that's in the past. That was last year. Hopefully, new beginnings this year with new players and new coaching staff. We're pretty excited to rip in and get connected with everyone.
What was your reaction to the Carter Gordon signing a few weeks back? Was it something that you'd heard of that could be happening, or was it?
Yeah, look, it was rumoured to be happening. I wish Carter the best of luck over there. I'm sure he'll do pretty well.
What did your dad say about your own selection as well?
He called me about 12 p.m. over here, which I believe is 3 a.m. back in England. He was pretty excited over the phone. Sounded pretty emotional, but I'm sure he'd admit he didn't cry. No, it was a special moment for the both of us and the rest of my family as well. Again, it's been a dream of mine since I was a kid, like Josh said, and it's always something I've tried to do since I've come over here, and to get the opportunity to possibly represent the Wallabies it's fantastic.
Did you have any tips about how to approach this next period?
I just said rip in and connect with the guys, just get amongst it and, just talk to all the boys. The rest will look after itself.
And this year, like even at the start of the year, there's a fair bit of competition for that jersey. Like there's going to be more competition as well. Do you feel like the fact that you've had so much internal competition at the Reds is actually a benefit going into this next few weeks with the other couple of tens in the squad?
Yeah, well, competition always helps you move forward. You're always trying to, beat your opposite, or your competition, sorry. So, it's definitely helped me this year, become more competitive, and try and be a better player so that I get the call up. But yeah, it's going to be different next few weeks, but it'll be a good experience, and I'm keen for it.
And what did you guys learn from the Chiefs' experience at the quarterfinal, and just the lift in intensity?
Yeah, it was a similar. We had it last year, Chiefs in the quarterfinal. So we thought that we had a bit of experience in that, but they got off to a red hot start, and we were just chasing the game straight from the kickoff. Yeah, it was a pretty intense game, but again, boys tried to fight as much as we could. It just got away from us in the end there.
Just last week, the Reds guys, they had a silo, right, like the national kind of guys that were selected.
Mhm.
What coaches were there, and what did you what little things did you pick up from last week?
Yeah, they were called the Brisbane Hub. So there was, I think it was 15 of us, was there? About 15, and Laurie Fisher and ET came up and sort of put us through some skills session. We had an attack day and a defence day, and sort of laid down some foundations for the program and what they're going to implement now.
Yeah.
Just finally, from Mac, you mentioned before, Josh, that your dads were on the phone together. Obviously they play Wallabies, but like, are they still tight? Are they still chatting?
Yeah, I believe they keep in contact with each other quite often. Yeah, it's good little relationship they've got, I think.
Yeah, well, they went through Terrace together, and then both played at uni, and then Queensland, and then Wallabies. So I think they're pretty well connected. They love getting over the text. Yeah.
And Tom, does that make it all the more special, like having Josh here, like Red's teammate and both dads playing?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's that connection there, and Josh was one of the first people I met coming over, and he's always looked after me since. No, he's always looked after me and looked out for me too. So it's all the more special being here with him and sharing the experience together.
What'd you get him for his birthday?
Didn't know it was his birthday.
Your presence is enough, mate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh.
Hey Josh, did your sister have anything to say as well?
Yeah, she was pumped. She's obviously got her successes at the moment. She's done really well in the Sevens program, and they got a massive Olympics coming up. So she's preoccupied with that. But yeah, she was very chuffed with me.